Hey guys, this is Jacob Cass, and I run a design studio and blog called Just Creative. And I also run a closed Facebook community, and this is one of the most frequently asked questions for me to answer is how to get high-paying design clients. And it's not an easy question to answer because everyone has a different opinion on what is going to be a high-value client or high-paying client. I'm just going to go back, say about 15 years ago when I was a design student. I was charging, say, $300 for a logo project. I'm going to use logos as an example here. And now, 15 years later, I'm doing 5 figures for branding and design systems. So I want to share some of my insights and tips of how I've jumped that gap, as well as tips you can utilize to do that as well. So I'm going to be talking about your portfolio, your exposure, how to sell yourself, marketing strategies, proposals and closing the deal, as well as upselling. So there's a lot to cover here. I'm just going to go through it. There's lots more tips to get high value clients, but for the topic of this video, for the sake of this video, let's start at your portfolio. This is definitely the most crucial part of selling yourself online, and you need to show your best work. And often you need to have a specialization. So what is it that you're selling? Is it illustration, web design, logos, and what do you excel in? For me, I do logos and branding, so I have that on my site, and I push that a lot. So my website sells me on that. And you can do that in person as well. It doesn't all just have to be online. You can do this in networking events, talking, and saying what your specialization is. And if you've worked out your portfolio, you can really move into other things such as your marketing, and that's what I'm going to get into next. Selling yourself online through job boards and creating relationships based on trust, and that's really how you get these high-value clients, is building relationships. And a lot of that's done through face-to-face. It doesn't, not in person, but at least video, having that, or a Skype call, having that conversation where you can really discuss the value of what you can offer versus, say, another designer. So you can, really sell yourself. And that's probably the biggest point here, is you need to create a relationship with the client. Before you talk about money or anything like that, you need to understand their goals, what they're trying to get after, and you can offer your expertise on how you can help their business. Rather than often businesses will come to you for just a logo, but maybe they need a design system, they need a website, they need packaging, and you need to offer these services as well. So you will end up going from, say, a small logo project to having a lot more. And I'm going to get to this in proposals a bit later, but let's move into marketing strategies. For me, I use an inbound marketing strategy. That way clients find me. I'm not having to go out and search for clients, which can be time consuming. For the inbound marketing strategy, I use blogging and content marketing, which I've been doing for about 15 years. So I've got articles and resources on my site which people find, and then they get exposed to my work and they contact me that way. So that's just one way, and blogs are a lot of work. So I know that's not going to work for everyone, but in terms of finding other jobs, job boards, freelance sites, and I know it's just basic stuff. Social media, having your work out there on portfolio sites such as Dribbble, Behance, and things like that, and outreach into people in your local area as well. So don't just be closed-minded on this internet. Build relationships outside of internet in the real world, and you can go to shops in your local area and just ask if they need anything, and you get some rapport with the customer, the business owner. So that's just one example, but the real thing I want to say here is about networking, creating value or selling your value, and building relationships with your clients. And that gets me into the next section, proposals and closing the deal. There's a great book, Pricing Creativity by Blair, Enns, and he goes into this in much more detail, highly recommended. And it's just about how you give proposals to clients, and how you need to provide this value up front and then give them a couple of options in their proposal. So you could do, for me, I do like an essentials package, a basic package, or like a middle of the ground package, and then a high level package. So the high level package is like everything that you could recommend for them. And basically this sets an anchor for your price. Let's say it's $10,000 for a website, packaging, logo and design system. And then like a middle of the range price, just the design system, and then like a basic price is the logo only. So if you give 3 options, they have something to compare to, and that way you're giving them a choice. It's a psychological phenomenon. If you give them a choice and have something to compare to, they're more likely to make a decision versus just one option. So that's a big way to close a deal. And after that, there's other ways to even up your value in giving upsells to the client. So if you didn't put in the original package, you can mention it later down the track. Maybe you've just done the logo for them. You can upsell them to design system, or maybe it's another website. And this is how you really get those high value or high paying clients, is to show your value up front with one project and then move into the other one. So it's kind of building that relationship, building that trust, and that's how you're going to up your ante in terms of boosting your costs, your prices, sorry. So there's some quick tips to utilize today. I highly recommend looking into that book, Pricing Creativity, or just some summaries online. And consider different marketing strategies, getting your portfolio out there everywhere, and showing your best work only with your unique selling point. So that's it in a summary. Let me know if you have any other suggestions or how you get high-paying clients. Thanks.